Hey there all you Mega Maniacs, this is an episode review from Mega Man the Classic Animated Series, and it's episode 5, Robosaur Park. I know it's been a while since I've done any of these videos, I apologize in advance. Real life work got in the way, and then iMovie crashed when it went from 10.06 to 10.07, and I lost a lot of my assets. I'll have to recreate the opening video, I'll have to recreate the green screen. All that stuff takes time, and time is not something I've had a lot of, but one of my interviews canceled today, so I have enough time to get through this review of Robosaur Park, which quite frankly is probably the worst episode I've watched so far. There's just so many plot holes, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get into them all. But let's start with the fact that Toadman is able to reprogram all of the robots of Robosaur Park just by pushing 2 buttons. Okay, so Dr. Light designs these incredibly dangerous 9-ton walking dinosaurs, and they can be reprogrammed by pushing 2 buttons. I'd call that a serious security flaw. Also, acid rain becomes a plot point throughout this episode, but if they tell us that Mega Man has titanium skin, acid rain shouldn't affect him that much. Acid rain can just barely peel paint off of steel. I looked this up. I actually Googled ways to dissolve titanium, and you can't just dissolve it with a normal acid. It's not a very reactive metal. You need very concentrated acids or a bromine solution. You can't just throw acid rain on titanium and dissolve it. So I'm sorry, I'm not buying this. I can't shut off the logic in my brain enough to accept that as a plot point for this episode. But at least they use it consistently, even if incorrectly, because it affects Dr. Wily's skullcopter just as much as it affects Mega Man's skin. So, okay, fine. If you're going to swing the axe both ways, that's fair, but it's still dumb. This Auto-Raptor guy, his plot is straight out of a bad Gorilla Grodd plan to devolve humans into apes. And what would devolving robots into cave robots achieve? Dr. Wily says he's going to control all of the robots when this is done, but if he's making them dumb, why is he going to control them at that point? Why would he even want to control dumb robots? What purpose does a less evolved robot serve him? And what would a less evolved robot be? I mean, Dr. Light says they're going to devolve into their most primitive state. What would they become at that point? Calculators? Clocks? I don't know. Plot points, there's a million plot holes in this episode, and they're bad. And even Dr. Wily's voice acting seems off. It's not, except when he's laughing, when he goes, then he seems okay, but when he's talking normally, he's this very deep Dr. Wily voice. It doesn't sound like the normal voice acting for Wily at all, so bad voice acting, bad plot points, and these battles are just ridiculous, okay? Roll and Rock are fighting 9-ton robots, and they're saying, we gotta get everybody out of here so they'll be safe. Well, you're not safe yourself. You don't weigh 9 tons. And in fact, just seconds after Roll is saying that they're not so tough, we see Rush get stomped into a pancake by one of these dinosaur robots. So he shouldn't have even been able to recover from that. He should have had all his circuits scrambled, but he just pops back up to normal. It's a cartoon. I suppose that kind of thing's going to happen. But seriously, there are just so many things wrong with this episode. Other than the fact that it's good to see Toadman in an episode, I really can't give this episode any props at all. So, gotta go with a low score on this one, 2 megas out of 5. It's not one of the better episodes. You can skip Robosaur Park. I'd say the only saving grace of this is if you're a fan of OC remixes of Mega Man music, you're going to hear a lot of samples that you would recognize from songs, like Proto Man saying, "Give me that, you robo-twits!" Oh yeah, Proto Man saying, "It's a done deal!" So, there you go, 2 out of 5. Hey D, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope everybody watching this over at the Super Friends universe enjoys this review as well.